of business studies. In our previous classes, we have discussed about the need hierarchy theory or the general theory of motivation as given by Abraham Maslow. We have seen how this desire or the need of an individual compel them to work and it influences their behavior. There is a change in the behavior pattern. So what we find that these needs, drives, gives an impetus to this individual for working, and there is a change in their behavior. They always want to be in a situations and enjoy life without any difficulties. So they wanted to be in such a position where they do not have much of the troubles, smooth enjoyment of everything. In case of an organization as well, this modification of behavior therefore plays an important role. So today we shall discuss about the importance of motivation, how important it is for an organization. We have seen that it is basically motivation is concerned with arousing the needs and desire of the people. We arouse the need so that we can get or we can elicit such behavior which we want, and we can direct the behavior in the achievement of the organizational objectives. So motivation is concerned with arousal of such needs and desires whereby we can modify their behavior and workers may feel satisfied on those needs being satisfied, and they work enthusiastically towards the achievement of organizational goals. It is important to note that an individual in an organization may be immensely capable of doing the work, but they are not performing up to the mark. Surely they need some sort of motivation. There is no willing cooperation on their part. So a drive, a force is needed which can propel them to work. And therefore, the first importance of motivation is creating the willingness to work. The workers that we were talking about, they may be immensely capable of doing the work, but if they are not willing to work, organizational cannot force them to work, or rather the achievement which organization wants to reach at through the action of those individuals and employees, that cannot be achieved. So the first work of motivation is to create the will to work. Motivation aims at creating the wills to work among the workers. The worker would then only cooperate with the management, and then they would contribute to their maximum and put the best effort out of them so that the organizational goals can be achieved. Second importance is increased in efficiency. Now this efficiency of the entire organization increases on account of three features or three basic concept relating to motivation. First of all, what happens? The workers whom we have employed, they would be as efficient as they could be, and they would do so by improving their skill and knowledges. So far their skill and knowledge is concerned, they help them in improving their performance, raising the productivity and efficiency of the organization. But yes, when this organization, it creates a willpower in the worker to work, they always aim for higher productivity. When there is a will to work, they will always look for maintaining the higher productivity level, higher performance level first. Second, we know that motivation is a goal directed. The purpose of motivation is always eliciting such behavior, such response on the part of employees, which can be directed toward the achievement of certain goal. And therefore, when an employee is motivated, it always try to improve the performance so that he can achieve that goal. He can achieve the target that has been set or that has been determined. So motivation is goal directed. The third aspect is that when the needs and desire of this human being or individual are satisfied, they always have a greater sense of satisfaction. Now this sense of satisfaction, it reduces the labor turnover. The frequent grievances against the management reduces. There are lesser chances of employees leaving the organization and moving to another organization. So labor turnover reduces. And this results in higher productivity. The labor turnover reduces. The employees are well aware with the work conditions. So such employees, such workers, they tend to give a higher productivity. And ultimately, on account of these three aspects, the entire efficiency of the organization, it increases. So there is increased efficiency. And then the next one is contribution to organizational goal. An employee work to their maximum capability. The reason is obvious, that if they achieve organizational goal, then their personal goal can also be fulfilled. If they do not work for organizational goal, they must be aware that yes, it is not only the organization which is going to lose. Surely, even the employees also tends to be at the losing end. Their needs and desire may not be fulfilled. And therefore, the employees, they contribute to the achievement of the organizational goals. They put their best effort and makes the realization of the organizational goal possible. We know that individual benefit always is at the backdrop of any action. It is these needs, individual satisfaction, individual objectives or goals of an organization, which can be fulfilled or pursued through organizational goals, achievement of organizational goal. And therefore, the worker contributes to their maximum. They put their best effort for the achievement of the organizational goal. Then the next one is congenial work environment. The work environment in the organization tend to be congenial, that is friendly, amicable. How? An employee who is motivated, he has a lesser grievances against the management. Any employees whose basic needs or maximum needs are satisfied, they have a lesser grievances against the management or against the organization. Now these employees whose goals or whose maximum needs have been satisfied either through monetary or non-monetary incentives, be it promotion, be it organizational opportunity, job enrichment, or any other method. But these incentives, they play a greater role in giving them a greater satisfaction. So an employee who is satisfied, he has a very less grievances against the management. The promotional opportunities that is provided to the employees. So these incentives and these promotional opportunities, they not only enhances the satisfaction level of the employees, but they reduces their grievances. They feel that yes, the management is giving their due concern. So their relationship with the superiors and with the co-worker at the work, it is very congenial, it is very friendly. There is a cooperation, there is lesser conflict, there is coordination in the work, at the workplace. So with lesser disputes, amicable, friendly environment of the work is always in the interest of the organization, because it creates a better environment to work. And whenever there is a better environment to work in an organization, we can surely say that yes, the organizational goals, they would be achieved on time, and there would be lesser wastage as well. Then the next is reduction in resistance to change. A motivated employee tends to be less resistant, or rather, he tends to be receptive of the change that is going to be introduced in an organization. Now, how it happens that we encounter a lesser resistance on the part of the motivated employees? The motivated employees, they are aware that the changes which is being brought into the organization, if they are not implemented, then surely in the time to come, it is not only that the organization would lose, but the employee will also find it difficult to get their needs fulfilled, get their goals achieved, get their personal aspiration fulfilled. A motivated employee has a greater degree of acceptability of the changes that an organization tends to introduce, and therefore these motivated employees, they are very willing to accept the changes in the organization. They do not resist, because they know and they give an ear to their superiors when they convince them that this is the needs, why such changes is being made, why it is imminent. Whereas a demotivated employee, they run in a unidimensional, they do not listen to their superiors. They are not at terms of resolving the dispute and conflicts or some dissensions. And therefore, these motivated employees, they helps to introduce the changes in an organization, because there is a lesser degree of resistance on the part of motivated employees. And the next one is better utilization of resources. Yes. Now it has been, till now it has been made clear that the employees who are well motivated and they have the willingness to work, how they can contribute to better utilization? See, better utilization means lesser cost, lesser wastage. This can be achieved because a motivated employee, they handles material and machine. It is about handling material and machine properly. They give due care and caution while using the machine and material at work. And as a result, when they work with utmost care and caution, the chances of accident, waste, scraps, it reduces. It ensures that the organization resources are utilized to their maximum. And so it was this, that this motivation always offers better utilization of resources. And finally, we have reduced turnover. I've said in one of the earlier point that we discussed that turnover is the frequent changing of the job by the employees, moving to some other organization. Why? Because they are not satisfied with the present job conditions or the job perks and pay, the remuneration that he is getting on. So motivated employees, they tends that there would always be a reduced turnover. They would not leave the organization, they would not go, rather they would stay over here. Why? Because we have discussed it earlier that we know that a motivated employee, he has lesser grievances against the management. This motivated employees, they are contented, they are satisfied that the working conditions, whatever it is, whatever the superiors are saying, they are of the opinion that their needs is being well taken care of. And when the time will come, if the organization will be in a position, surely their future need would be redressed. It will be taken care of. So there is a greater degree of acceptability, cooperation on the part of motivated employees. So these employees, they tends to be very committed to the organization. They tends to be present at the work. There is a lesser degree of absenteeism. They are not lethargic. They work wholeheartedly, diligently. So we can say that motivated employees, owing to contented with the organization and with the superiors, the job conditions, they give their wholehearted cooperation. They are satisfied with the working condition. They are loyal to the organization, and there is lesser degree of absenteeism. And as a result, the labor turnover, that is leaving the organization and going to somewhere else, it gets reduced. So we have this labor turnover, lesser turnover. It also points out to one thing, that there is a greater degree of good relations among the organization, because motivated employees, they are not jealous of others. They take into account that since their needs are taken care of, so the needs of everybody will be taken care of, and it is. There is a lesser degree of friction. So when the friction reduces, the chances of dispute or dissension among the workers, it reduces. As among the workers, the friction gets reduced, and they find that there is enough incentives to work together or in a cooperative manner. So these were the importance of management. We would in the next class discuss about the incentives. Till then, make a notes and keep learning.